But yeah, maybe when I finish this playthrough, I'll have a definitive what's number 5. Again, I really just think my opinion is gonna be Abyss, like, you know, is objectively better, I feel. But I'm just gonna prefer... I might just put Symphonia at number 5 because it's probably just personal attachment and bias, but I mean, it's my first Tales game. I will say, Luke, better protagonist than Lloyd. I don't hate Lloyd, but Lude is... Lude? Why did I say Lude? I was combining Luke and Lloyd, that's why. I don't hate Lloyd, but Luke is... Oh my word, Luke is amazing. Like, Lloyd's got nothing on Luke as a character. Fighting style-wise, I like Lloyd more. Like, I like Lloyd using twin swords. But character-wise, oh, Luke's got everything on Lloyd. Lloyd's got nothing on Luke. Like, Lloyd cannot touch Luke in the character department. And I don't even hate Lloyd, but Lloyd is pretty, like, generic. Lloyd doesn't really have anything, like, super stand out as a character. For some reason, when I come here, I feel like stopping to rest. Well, shall we? I don't see why that'd be a problem. Yeah, let's rest for a bit. This is such a beautiful place. Yeah, it's relaxing. It's the perfect picnic spot. The monsters are kind of bad, but they don't seem to come near these flowers very much. Hey, yeah. This could be a good place to bring a lunch and relax. Now you're talking. Actually, I did bring something. Hey, cake! I want cake! My, did you make this yourself? Yeah, Tomorrow taught me how, so I don't know if it's any good, though. Wow, it's great. Yeah, it's delicious. Here, teach me how to make this later. You don't already know, Anis? Nope, not cake. My specialty's regular dishes, not dessert. Oh, that's somewhat surprising. What's surprising? Oh, cake! Good idea, Anis. It wasn't me. Tyr made it. What? I can't picture Tyr baking a cake. Oh, is that what was surprising? Yeah, I agree. I totally thought it was Anis. Luke? How is it? Let me try some. I think it's time we should be going. We've rested long enough. What the? What are you mad about? I don't get her at all. Why'd she have to run that delicious cake? Ruin? Stupid. I think it said ruin. I might have just not seen the eye. Because run wouldn't make sense. Hey, we got the cake recipe. Speaking of, what do I need for that? And maybe I'll make it right now. Yo, Tyr, make us some cake. I can make it. Let's go. Who's your favorite Tales of protagonist? You might find this really hard to believe, and I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm for real. I think Asbel? This is a question I, like, thought vaguely about, but never really confirmed.
This looks like fun. I guess we're done here.
Probably Asbel? Velvet would be up there as well. And then third place? Part of me wants to say Alphen because it's my third favorite Tales game, but I'm probably gonna give it to, maybe Yuri. Oh, I don't know. And then there's Luke. And then there's Luke I have to consider. And then Jude and Mila. Oh, it's too many. It's too many. I have no idea. Probably Asbel's my favorite main protagonist. I really like Asbel's design. I like Asbel's design. I like his fighting style. I like his relationship with Sophie and everything. I like his voice. Everything about Asbel is just like, oh my word, I love Asbel as a character. So Asbel's probably my favorite protagonist, guaranteed. Velvet might be second or third. And I'll probably put Yuri in that. And then like a couple of standouts because Tales of has great protagonists. Luke is really good. Luke's growth throughout the game is really, really nice. His character development is really like nice, how he starts off as like a spoiled brat and then becomes like, you know, a likable person who wants to change and help people now. So Luke is really good. Jude and Mila are also great protagonists. More so Mila. Well, Jude is good too, but Mila I think I prefer over Jude, but Jude is still great. Jude and Mila are great protagonists. They got their great stuff. Jude's like answer and everything is really, really good, and Mila, like, you know, not being the real Maxwell and like interacting with Jude, learning about humans and everything is really, really good. Who else? Yuri is amazing. I like the way Yuri's handled. Vesperia is not even like one of my favorite Tales games. I think Vesperia is good. It's not even one of my favorites, but Yuri is standout in that game. So I might give it to Yuri. I might do Asbel Yuri Velvet or Asbel Velvet Yuri, or Asbel Velvet. Well, Luke's really close, number 4 probably. Maybe number 5. I don't know, dude. That's really hard. I'm going to Sheridan, right? Definitely Asbel Yuri Velvet are top 3. But then you have like Luke, Jude, and Mila are really, and Alphen. Alphen's really good too. They're all really good too, so it's just such a hard question to answer. But Asbel is my favorite, definitely. And part of that might just be Grace's being my favorite game, but also I just really like Asbel. Like, I think Asbel is genuinely a good character. He doesn't have a lot of depth to him, but a lot of people say like, oh, Asbel's really simplistic, blah, 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 but not, like, Asbel, he's done well. Simple, like, characters that don't have a lot to them can be really good. Asbel's like an example of, like, he doesn't have a lot to him, but, like, he's just really likable. And his whole thing of, like, wanting to be a knight and protect people, and his relationship with Sophie, and eventually Sharia. Oh, it's so good. I love Asbel so much. I cannot wait to play Graces again. I'm gonna delete this message I see in chat because that is most definitely a bot. Not just delete it, I'm gonna ban it. That is most definitely a bot, but for some reason it's not a link. Some are links and some are not. It's weird. I wonder if there's any side quests for clearing Tatteru Valley. Yes! Hyperresonance training. The final one. We have to do this now.
Tyr, can we get started on the hyperresonance training?
Huh? Oh yes, let's begin. It looks like you've developed quite a bit of control.
But I still can't handle it well enough to use in battle.
At one point, you couldn't do anything at all. It's quite impressive.
Tyr, thanks for everything.
Luke.
Enough!
Thank you.
This is the last of my training. From here on, your training will come from the battlefield. Stay sharp.
I will.
You've come quite far, Tyr.
It's thanks to your instruction, Major.
Here, take this.
Major, what is this pendant?
Oh, so Lagreta gave her the pendant.
Van gave it to me to give to you once you had completed your training.
Van?
This is a memento of your mother.
My mother?
Tyr, if by some chance I should die in battle, open that pendant and look inside.
Major, what are you saying?
I said if. I won't die. Not until Van's vision comes to pass.
Ah, yeah, I won't die.
Major, I'll keep it safe. Thank you.
Tyr, you mustn't die. Do whatever it takes to stay alive, no matter what.
Yes, ma'am.
Tyr?
I thought you didn't like me teaching you how to control your hyperresonance.
What? No, I was just embarrassed.
Embarrassed?
I just thought, well, it wasn't cool to learn from from you.
Luke, just stop talking.
What do you mean it wasn't cool to learn from me?
Well, never mind, it's nothing. Whatever. I'm really glad you taught me. I'm glad I learned this from you. Thanks.
Thank you, too.
Should we head back?
Right.
Big sister. Oh, that was such a nice chain of side quests. I had no idea Legreta gave her the pendant. I never did these side quests in my original playthrough. They really, like, I mean, I'm not gonna, like, say it's bad. They don't really need to tell you. They don't need to include everything. Like, oh, you just assume she got the pendant. They said it was I think they said, like, they might have mentioned it was a memento of her mother. I don't remember. But they implied it was something important. That's really cool. I guess, I mean, it's kind of lame that it's in a really, really missable side quest. But, I had no idea Legreta gave her the pendant. That's so neat. That was a really nice chain of side quests. I like that. Also, just like, you know, having Tyr teach Luke after Legreta taught her.
Good to see you back.
And just in general, don't interrupt me ever again. Also, just in general, strengthening the bond of Luke and Tyr is just really good. Honestly, dude, there's so much Tales of ranking stuff I want to do. I want to do like a tier list of the protagonist. I want to do a tier list of Tales of couples. That could be a really fun list. Luke and Tyr are probably not going to be my all-time favorite couple. They might be my second favorite all-time couple. I might prefer Asbel and Sharia. Again, Grace's, haha. But Luke and Tyr are probably going to be like my top 3 Tales of couple. Like, you know, male character, female character. Alvin and Shion might also be up there too. There's so much fun Tales of rankings I want to do when I finish the mainline games. Like, when I'm done with all the mainline games, I want to do lots of, like, tier list, protagonist, combat systems, pairings, like, you know, OTPs, or, like, just couples in general. Oh, I'm so, like, it's one of the reasons I'm really excited to play all the mainline games. And the only mainline games I need that I haven't played at all, not counting the channel. I mean, obviously, I'd probably wait till I play all of them on the channel for this. But the only ones I need are Destiny 2, Rebirth, not translated yet. Apparently, Innocence is done. I need to play Innocence. And Legendia. I think it's just those 4. I'm pretty sure. And there's others that I played that I have to do on the channel, but, you know.
Here are the measurements.
I like all the main characters I like all the main Tales of protagonists to some degree except Saray. Oh yeah, Saray is definitely the worst. I even like Cress from Fantasia more than Saray. And the thing is, I don't really hate Cress. Cress is just like fine, you know? But Saray, I actively don't like at all. So yeah, Saray is definitely the worst main protagonist of Tales of.
We're currently modifying the Tartarus.
Oh, and Luger. Like, Luger, I would even put Luger above Saray, because Luger doesn't talk, and Luger is more, like, dull and boring than he is bad. So, yeah. I don't even know if you could really count Luger, though. He doesn't really have a personality.
The Tartarus?
Even the fall into the Cliffoth couldn't break it. It's perfect for a trip to the core.
The Tartarus is certainly proving itself useful.
It will still take some time, though. You should go relax in town.
Dude, I mentioned Luger. Luger does have a really sick fighting style, and I know this isn't Zillia too, but something's been on my mind about Luger. feel like Luger's just like completely wasted. Like, again, a silent protagonist in a Tales of game, not a good idea. I don't like silent protagonists in general, so I might be biased in that department. But I feel like Luger is just so wasted because Luger's actually got a really sick design, and he's got a really cool fighting style. But then in the story department, he barely talks and barely has a character. It's always been on my mind that Luger was so wasted in Xillia 2. Like, he could have been a really cool protagonist. His fighting style's cool, and I like his design. But he could have been a really cool protagonist if he was given an actual character. Like, that's been on my mind about Xillia 2. It also would have made Xillia 2 a better game, in general. So, we're using the Tartarus to stop the core's vibration. It was originally a warship, but this certainly seems like more meaningful use for it. I hope it works. We'll have to make it work. After all, we need a place onto which the outer lands can be lowered. I know. Either way, it looks like this will be the Tartarus' final job. Yeah, go Tartarus! Xillia 2 is kind of on the docket. I gotta play Xillia 2. I have to play Xillia 2 next year.
Could I talk to you all for a minute?
What is it?
Is it really okay for us to just lower all the land on our own?
What do you mean?
It's a really big deal. It'll change the way the whole world works. I was thinking we should explain things to Uncle and Emperor Peony and work together.
Dude, this is very Vesperia. This is very Tales of Vesperia. In Tales of Vesperia, minor spoilers, not really big spoilers, but minor spoilers, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's not a big deal. In the third act of Vesperia, they have this whole, I'm sorry I'm interrupting the game so much, but this is interesting conversation. But, in Tales of Vesperia, in the third act of the game, they changed Blastia to spirits. And, they have this, I think they have this same question bring up. The question that Luke brought up, like, oh, we're lowering the outer lands, but we're kind of doing it on our own. Like, oh, it's gonna change the way the world works. We should kind of, like, talk to Uncle and Emperor Peony, whoever, like, talk to people before actually doing it. This just reminds me of Vesperia, because in Vesperia, they bring about this theme as well in the third act of the game. And they kind of have a union going with the guilds and the knights. So I just thought that was really interesting parallel.
But we'd have to go to Batical to do that.
Take me to the arena!
I think we should.
Yes, let's go!
Luke.
They risked their lives for us. For you, Natalia. Now it's our turn to protect them. Let's persuade Uncle to salvage the peace treaty that fell apart. Shouldn't Kimlaska, Malkuth, and Doth work together to lower the Outer Lands?
Yeah, this is very Vesperia.
Luke, you're absolutely right.
By the way, I should be saying Vesperia is so Tales of the Abyss because this came first, but you know what I mean.
Please let me think for a bit. I know that's best. But the fact remains that Father rejected me. I'm scared. I'm sorry.
We'll just have to wait until Natalia is ready.
Are we really going to Batical soon? I probably gotta talk to everyone. Please let me think about this overnight. I'm such a coward, aren't I? I guess I'll go to the inn. Can I talk to the others, though, first? Like, do they have dialogue? So I was gonna change who I was walking as, but now I'm Luke. Once I get everyone back, I'm gonna probably switch to lead character. Bum 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 bum.